Something major is changing with Social Security checks starting Monday, and if you are retired, collecting SSI, SSDI, or depending on monthly Social Security income to cover your bills, groceries, medications, or rent, you need to pay very close attention to what I am about to tell you. Because for millions of seniors across America, this could affect how much money actually lands in your bank account, and most people still have absolutely no idea what is happening. Now, let me say this right away, because there is already a lot of confusion spreading online. You may have heard people saying Social Security checks are getting a major upgrade. Others are claiming new increases have already been approved. Some are saying retirees could start seeing bigger payments immediately. But what is actually true? What has really changed? And most importantly, how could this affect your monthly check starting Monday? That is exactly what we are going to break down today. Because the truth is, many seniors are leaving money on the table without even realizing it. Some retirees are receiving less than they should because of outdated earnings records. Others are losing part of their benefit to Medicare deductions they never fully understood. And right now, new payment adjustments, benefit reviews, and Social Security updates are creating confusion for millions of Americans who simply want to know one thing: am I getting more money or not? And here is what worries me most. Too many seniors wait until after something changes to finally check their account. They assume the system automatically gets everything right. They assume the government will notify them clearly if their payment changes. But after decades of covering Social Security updates, one thing has become very clear. The people who stay informed are almost always the people who protect the most money. So before we go any further, I want you to do something very quick. Go down into the comments and tell me your state and whether you receive Social Security retirement, SSI, or SSDI. Because what is happening can affect people differently depending on their benefits, Medicare deductions, and state-level programs. And trust me, before this video ends, you are going to understand exactly why so many seniors are suddenly paying attention to what happens starting Monday. The first thing every senior needs to understand is this: when people hear the words major upgrade connected to Social Security checks, many immediately assume the government approved one giant payment increase for everyone. But that is not how the Social Security system works. And honestly, that misunderstanding is exactly why so many retirees end up confused, frustrated, or disappointed when they check their bank account expecting one thing and see something completely different. Because in reality, a Social Security upgrade can happen in several ways at once. Sometimes it comes through annual cost of living increases. Sometimes it happens through benefit recalculations. Sometimes it comes from correcting old earnings records. And in many cases, it happens because retirees finally learn about money they were eligible to receive all along but never claimed. Now, here is why Monday matters so much. Across the country, millions of retirees are paying closer attention to Social Security updates because payment amounts, Medicare deductions, and benefit adjustments continue changing in ways many seniors never expected. And the truth is, some retirees are already seeing larger checks than they did just a year ago. But for others, the increase feels much smaller than promised because something else is quietly eating away at their benefit before the money ever reaches their account. And that something else is Medicare. This is one of the biggest frustrations retirees face every single year. You hear there is a Social Security increase. You hear headlines talking about higher payments. You think relief is finally coming. But then when your deposit arrives, the difference looks much smaller than expected. Why? Because Medicare Part B premiums are usually deducted directly from your Social Security benefit before the money even reaches your bank account. Most seniors never physically see the deduction happen. The government simply removes the amount automatically and deposits whatever remains. That means your actual take-home increase can look very different from the increase everyone talks about online. For many retirees, this becomes incredibly frustrating because inflation is already stretching budgets to the breaking point. Groceries cost more. Utility bills remain elevated. Home insurance continues increasing. Property taxes rise. prescription medications become more expensive, and healthcare costs keep climbing faster than most retirement income can comfortably handle. That is why even small increases to Social Security checks matter so much to seniors living on fixed monthly budgets. Now let us talk about another reason some retirees are suddenly seeing bigger checks than expected: benefit recalculations. This part surprises a lot of people because many seniors assume Social Security calculations are perfect from the beginning. They assume the government automatically gets every earnings year correct and accurately calculates benefits without mistakes. But over the years, payment errors have happened far more often than most Americans realize. Missing earnings records, incorrect wage reporting, delayed updates, and administrative mistakes have affected thousands of retirees. Imagine working your entire life, paying Social Security taxes for decades, and then discovering your benefit amount was calculated lower than it should have been because of one missing earnings year. It happens. And for some seniors, fixing those mistakes can mean meaningful monthly increases. That is why financial experts constantly encourage retirees to review their earnings history through their Social Security account. Even one incorrect year can reduce your benefit amount permanently because Social Security uses your highest 35 earning years to calculate retirement benefits. If important income is missing, your monthly payment could quietly stay lower than what you truly earned. Now, there is another important reason many seniors are hearing about: upgraded Social Security checks, cost of living adjustments, also known as COLA. Every year, the Social Security Administration reviews inflation data to determine whether benefits should increase. The purpose is simple. If everyday prices rise, Social Security benefits should rise too, so seniors do not lose purchasing power over time. For many retirees, COLA increases are one of the only financial protections they have against inflation. But here is the honest truth many seniors already know from experience. Sometimes COLA feels too small. You may hear the government announce a percentage increase, but when you compare that number to what you are actually paying at the grocery store, gas station, pharmacy, or doctor's office, it often feels like reality moved faster than the benefit increase itself. And retirees notice that immediately. Because unlike younger workers who may increase income over time, many seniors depend heavily on fixed monthly checks to survive. When inflation rises faster than expected, every dollar starts feeling smaller. That is exactly why retirees across America are watching upcoming Social Security discussions so closely heading into next year. Analysts are already discussing potential future increases, inflation trends, and whether retirees could see stronger payment growth moving forward. While official numbers are finalized later, seniors are understandably paying attention because even modest increases can make a meaningful difference over 12 months. Now let us talk about something many retirees still do not realize: state-level benefits and hidden programs. Depending on where you live, your total benefit situation may look very different from someone in another state. This is especially important for SSI recipients because certain states provide additional supplemental benefits on top of federal payments. In some cases, these programs can significantly increase monthly income. But here is the problem. A surprising number of eligible seniors never apply. Some assume they will not qualify. Others believe someone automatically enrolled them, and many simply never hear about programs that may exist in their area. That means real money sometimes gets left behind every single month without seniors even realizing it. And honestly, this is one of the biggest reasons informed retirees often end up financially better off than retirees who simply assume everything will happen automatically. Because the Social Security system is complicated. There are rules, thresholds, deductions, income limits, appeals, recalculations, and exceptions most people never fully understand until they are already retired. Now let us talk briefly about something else causing anxiety among seniors lately: overpayment notices. Many retirees have recently opened their mailbox to discover notices claiming they received too much money from Social Security in previous years. Sometimes this happens because of reporting issues. Other times it happens because of administrative mistakes or delayed updates involving income changes. And for retirees already struggling financially, those notices can feel terrifying. Imagine suddenly being told you owe money back after relying on your benefits for years. But here is something important many seniors still do not know. You often have options. Appeals exist. Repayment plans exist. And in certain situations, retirees may qualify for waivers depending on financial hardship or whether the overpayment was actually their fault. That is why experts strongly recommend never ignoring official Social Security letters. Even if the situation feels overwhelming, responding quickly almost always creates better outcomes than waiting. Now, here is the most important thing I want every senior watching this video to remember. Your Social Security check is not charity. You earned this money. You paid into the system through years, sometimes decades, of hard work. Every paycheck helped fund the benefits you now rely on. And because of that, you deserve to understand exactly how your benefits work, exactly what deductions are affecting your money, and exactly what changes could impact your financial future. That is why this Monday matters. Not because every senior is suddenly receiving some mystery giant payment, not because every rumor online is true, but because millions of retirees are once again paying attention to something that affects their everyday lives in a very real way, their monthly income. And honestly, the seniors who protect their retirement income best are usually not the people who know the most complicated financial strategies. They are the people who stay informed, ask questions, review their accounts, pay attention to changes, and refuse to assume the system always gets everything right automatically. Because when it comes to retirement, protecting what you earned matters just as much as earning it in the first place. Before you go, if this update helped you better understand what is really happening with Social Security, make sure you subscribe to WealthWise Seniors right now. This channel exists for one reason: to help seniors stay informed, avoid costly mistakes, and make sure you never miss a dollar you may be entitled to. We cover the latest Social Security, SSI, SSDI, Medicare, retirement updates, payment changes, and benefit news that could affect your monthly income. Also, let me know in the comments, do you think your Social Security check should be higher? Stay informed, stay protected, and I'll see you in the next update on WealthWise Seniors.